Now, of course, I don't know about you, but it's very far-seeming, isn't it, that even someone like Diane Abbott is more qualified to be Chancellor than what Rachel Reeves ever was to begin with. Because let's just say there's a bit of a problem on the housing market, which does appear to be Rachel Reeves' fault, along with a lot of other things. You see, apparently house prices are taking a nosedive, and sellers, they're obviously pretty peed off and kind of down in the dumps about all this, which you'd expect, wouldn't you? But get this, apparently this morning, Halifax dropped some news that the average UK house price slipped by 0.3%, which might not sound like a lot, but apparently that is £794 in September alone, which, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't mind an extra 794 quid if I was selling my house. But over the past year, prices have only grown by a measly 1.3%, which apparently is the slowest since April 2024. So the typical home is now apparently priced at £298,184. So why the drop then? Well, apparently it is quite straightforward. You see, buyers are actually nowhere to be found. They're all quite feeling, shall we say, a little bit nervous about the upcoming budget. And personally, I don't blame them, especially when, remember, last time, if I remember rightly, she increased stamp duty to 5% from 3%, which is quite a big increase, isn't it? And who knows what might happen this time. And because of this, and her not ruling anything out, which obviously they always say no chancellor would do, but I think in this case that would be helpful if she did rule something out. But that is the reason why everything has taken a nosedive at the minute, it seems. And with higher mortgage rates and whispers of new property taxes, people are holding back, even with prices being cut. The southeast in particular is practically frozen apparently, and the government's poor handling of the economy means the upcoming budget could actually be terrible for quite a lot of people, and people are actually bracing for the worst from a government that seems out of its league, and they unfortunately might just get it. Because I don't know about you, but have you actually felt better since Labour come into power? But actually don't answer that if you're a legal book person coming from the safe country of France, because surely your answer is yes. But for everyone else it seems that we're not, and that is because Labour are not fit to govern, in my opinion. I mean, with all this uncertainty, it's no wonder buyers are staying put, and the lack of demand is why prices fell last month and the annual growth rate slowed. But right now, of course, sellers are having to actually slash prices to lure anyone in. But until the confidence bounces back, it's kind of a guessing game of whether that'll actually work. It's strangely, though, not actually a buyer's market, even though house prices have fallen. Apparently. And that, I think, is because lower prices kind of mean sweet FA if the confidence is gone. And yesterday, apparently, the government rolled out plans to revamp the buying process just to add another kick in our balls, because no doubt more changes mean more mess and more costs for us. Although admittedly I could be wrong, but they seem to think that this is going to speed up home buying, which would be a good thing, but with such low sentiment and not enough homes being built, despite the wild 1.5 million new homes promise, which kind of meant they'd have to build one, every 20-30 minutes, maybe even an hour from scratch. That was never possible, in my opinion, and I can't see how they ever got away with being allowed to promise that. And if the government really wants to make home buying a dream instead of a nightmare, as they say, they need to actually stop piling taxes onto people and businesses already under pressure and actually start getting off the bums and building more homes. And this morning, Halifax actually announced, or mentioned rather, that the affordability is actually slowly getting better. I guess is true as house price growth eases and lenders actually try to kickstart the market with things like creative products and criteria, but better affordability would actually unfortunately fit the deep-rooted crisis of confidence in the property market, surely, for which this government, in my opinion, is definitely to blame. But anyway, what do you all think about this? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll be back very soon with some more videos. So make sure you click that subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next one.